Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Shane Walsh podcast. So, massive thank you to everyone for the reaction to the weight loss drug episode. Some people just didn't like what I wanted to say. So, today's episode is another one that I'm going to kind of talk about, which is one of those hot topics that's kind of been out there for a while about the high protein recipe book kind of viral trend that kind of seems to be going around. And if you've bought a high protein recipe book in the last kind of 2-3 years and you're still not where you want to be, I need you to hear this. There's probably a reason for it, and the issue isn't you. It's not your fault. But I also want you to kind of realize that not what it's not doing what you wanted to do, and it's not doing what you think it's going to do, because there's nobody that really wants to say this out loud. Most high protein recipe books aren't going to help you. They're not going to save you. And the way that they're kind of marketed to you make them feel like they're going to reinvent the wheel for you. High protein recipe books can help. And I'm not saying they're useless. Protein matters, but it's a little bit overhyped. If I go into my local shop right now, I can see 2 slices of high protein bread for €5. I'm good, thanks. I've seen high protein water. I'm good, thanks. So you can see how this halo effect is what it essentially is called. It's kind of putting a high benefit of something onto a food and calling it a health benefit and calling it a secret food. It's when people say superfoods. Superfoods isn't a thing. So protein matters. Satiety, muscle retention, recovery, all real concerns when it comes to protein. But a lot of people are creating this content not to help you. And that's my opinion, and I will stand by it. They know a recipe book alone was never going to change your body composition. They're not making it to coach you. They're making it to go viral with videos. They're making it to go viral with recipes, thinking it's going to solve the problem for you. They're making it viral to kind of get your email addresses so they can sell you something, which I am all for, gathering email addresses and helping people. But big camera pans over sizzling chicken or dramatic macros on screen or 5 high protein meals and melt fat, those kind of things, that's not nutrition science. That's marketing. That's a gimmick. That's not helping people. That's a hook. And they're playing on your vulnerability right now. And hooks are built to get views, not results. So the book gets you in. It sucks you in, gets your email address, gets your views, whatever it might be, and then nothing changes. Because a high recipe book was never the missing piece for you, is my guess. Most of the people behind the content actually can't coach. And I will stand by that. Because a lot of the people who create them are just go off and give you a high protein meal plan, recipe book, whatever it might be. But they can shoot a reel. They can market themselves brilliantly, something that I can definitely improve on. They can plate a bowl of chicken. They can turn their kitchen into a studio and have a ring light. They can show a picture of their arse beforehand. They can show a picture of their chest beforehand. They can take their top off and whatever it might be and market it a proper way. Incredible. Well done. But coaching someone through fat loss, that's not coaching. Real fat loss that kind of sticks, that's a completely different skill level. It's a behavior change piece. It's a psychology piece. It's understanding why someone eats the way they do. It's understanding what's keeping someone stuck. It's why they do something at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday when nobody's watching, if they're secret eating, if they're stress eating, if they're emotional eating. And a recipe book's not going to fix you that. A recipe book can't ask you a follow-up question. It can't notice you're stressed. It can't notice if you're underslept. It can't ask you why you're using food to cope. It's sitting there. I guarantee you've got endless amounts of recipe books, Darina Allen, whatever it might be. It just sits there. It gives you another meal to cook where you're already overwhelmed with knowing what. I hear it a lot. I know what to do. I'm just not doing it. You fucking don't. It's giving you another meal to cook when you're overwhelmed. You probably are worried about kids not eating things. You're dealing with fussy eaters, and it's putting more pressure on you. And you feel getting more recipes in will help to design that for you. But the meal, it was never the problem. And this is where a lot of the things will kind of the spiral that happens. You buy the book, you're motivated for 2 weeks, you try a few of the recipes, life happens, work, kids, stress, someone gets sick, and it slips. And instead of thinking maybe the book was never enough on its own, you think, I failed, I tried harder, I need a better book, I'm going to go and download another one. So you buy another one, you download a different one, a different author, same promise, same viral hook, and the spiral continues. Not because you lack willpower, because you were sold a tool that was overhyped, and it was sold a tool that it wasn't the solution to what the issue is. That's the real story here. Protein and the books built around it are massively overhyped. Not useless, but they're overhyped. And what actually moves the needle is learning how to eat, not on a new plan, not with a new book, but learning how to eat in a way that works for you around rough structure, about how to become a little bit more consistency, a little bit how to navigate days where they're busier, where stress happens. Because sustainable fat loss and fat loss in general, if done the right way, is really, really unspectacular. It's routine, it's regular meals. Variety is what sells. Some people are proper foodies. I get that. But nobody has time to cook endless amounts of meals, kids hanging out of them, people hanging out of them, jobs hanging out of them, and then beating themselves up for it afterwards. Nobody's got time for that. Trying to find a way that will manage your life or work around your life rather than having to change your whole life to work around a diet will help you an awful lot more than a high protein recipe book. What will also help you is the second one is real accountability will help you, not this content strategy that people are using. A recipe book cannot check in on you. A person can. Whether it's an actual coach, a friend doing it with you, or you're going for a run with a mate, or even just kind of doing a weekly check-in with someone. That's honest reflection. Someone helping you, or something needs to notice when you drift before it turns into a full spiral. Content is passive. It's great. It's easy escapism. You get your phone out. You're just scrolling endlessly at night or whatever it might be. But that's not going to move the needle for you. Coaching is responsive. Coaching is helpful. A high protein recipe book is trying to sell you a solution that's not the problem. Because if it was, it would have solved it by now. The next one is the bit that stuff people that don't put into recipe books is why you're craving things, improving your relationship with food, why you may need more food at certain stages of your cycle. That's not a willpower issue. That's hormones, that's biology, that's cortisol, that's ghrelin, that's leptin. None of that shows up on a plate of chicken and broccoli. You can eat perfectly all you want, which won't happen, and still spin your wheels as much as you want. But if you're not able to manage your eating pattern around life, that's where the real skill set happens for people. So are high protein recipe books helpful? Yeah, sure, it's a tool. But my guess is, but so is a map in your hand, or using Google Maps to get you to where you want to go. But it's also going to lead you to wrong turns. It's also might not be beneficial if you drop out of Wi-Fi. But the high protein recipe books, they're never going to give you or help you to lose the weight to keep it off forever. I will argue that to the cows come home. Accountability, building that consistency piece, and understanding why you do things will help you an awful lot longer. That's a lot less exciting than this viral reel where you see a picture of an arse or a chest or someone in a kitchen with their arms out. It won't get 1 million views, but it's what works. If this landed with you, send it to a person. Just let me know if you've sent it to the person who's maybe bought their 4th or 5th recipe book in the last week. If you've bought recipe books, great, and they're working for you, fantastic. But I know that people I'm working with on a daily basis, another high protein recipe book won't do shit for them. And I work with Yo-Yo Dieters, I work with Emotional Eaters, I work with a team of legends. But a high protein recipe book is not their problem. A high protein recipe book is there to build you, suck you in, get your email address, to get that buy-in from you. But what happens when that buy-in's gone or the motivation drops? The accountability needs to come in. So I'm hoping that helps today. If you've enjoyed this at all, let us know.